Oh my god, that looks lovely. Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. We live? What's good, y'all? Do you want an intro shot? We get like a solid intro
Yo,
going.
what's going on? It's your boy Shawley Coker here with Trash Talk. I'm here alongside Russell or he, and today we're giving you the hottest, the nastiest, the dirtiest trash talk of the industry.
What's good with you, man? What's new with you? I know it's only been like a day since we recorded, but what's good?
I mean, it has been a day. I thought it felt like it was just yesterday. But yeah, shit. It's been a day. Just chilling, bro. Just sucking the day's dick.
You know we're live, right? Yeah. You know we're live, right?
I take that back. That was pretty
You
good.
did, yeah. Did you do anything Thursday? No, I just kicked it. Just like,
Nah, I've just been kicking it, bro. I've been how I told you I was like struggling with sleep and stuff.
yeah.
Finally getting on a page where like I'm finally like starting to be able to sleep. You know, I'm able to sleep at night now. So
Wait,
I,
what are you doing to get that sleep though? Like, is it something you're adding to your routine or?
I've been doing my daily supplementation has been pretty good. Um, I've just been taking my vitamins every day, and honestly, I think for me, one thing I've been doing recently is like when I'm ready to go to bed, I don't like just like scroll on my phone until I fall asleep. I like put my phone down and like try and get into like a sleep mode. So
Mhm.
um let me post the link. My bad.
Yeah, no, you good. I was posting right now because I was wondering. I'm like, I mean, like you're different than me for sure, but like I don't have a problem like going to sleep at night. Like by the time shit, once I knock out some dinner, I'm on like an hour clock before I knock out for Bakari Jones. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? You're the first person to say something. But yeah, I don't know. I think like having a good routine, like whenever you go to bed, I be forgetting that people go to bed like around 12 and 1. I haven't done that in a minute. Like the latest that I've been to bed was probably last night, but I already took a nap and I went to bed like around 11 p.m. That's just not for me. It was hard for me to get up this morning.
I thought you do go to bed super late.
Hell no, I'm usually asleep like around 9 to 10. If there's not like a playoff game, because these playoff games run late, so like I might stay up a little bit longer to watch it. But bro, 10 o'clock, I'm knocked out.
Oh, that's interesting.
Waking up like around like I mean you know when I be sending text, I be waking up at like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you do wake up very early because I wake up early.
Yeah.
My sleep routine is usually like if I'm lucky, I'm knocked out by 11:30, 12, and then I wake up at like 5:36.
You say you stopped scrolling. You were because we were talking off air about how Instagram is just fucking fried. Like,
Yeah. But the thing is, I use Instagram for all the other reasons that like I use Instagram for all the other reasons that I'm supposed to use Instagram. So like, obviously like I feel like Instagram got me the way I look at it, YouTube and Instagram is kind of what got me the life that I have. And so, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for YouTube, right?
mhm.
But nowadays, I feel like I hardly use those apps for the same reasons or the same, usages that I use to get where I'm at today. If that makes sense, I'm trying to make
That
sense.
was, are you okay, man? That was a that was hard to follow, man.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much. I don't use Instagram in the work setting anymore. I use it for leisure.
yeah, you don't post basically.
Yeah, I don't use it for like I don't prioritize posting and stuff anymore. And you know what? Maybe one day I'll get back to that. But I feel like the people that prioritize posting like wavy ass shit, like one of the dudes that I really follow on Instagram that does a really good job of this. He's the owner of Represent, George Heaton. he has someone that like follows him 24/7. Like
Yeah,
it's
right.
like if I had someone like that that lived with me, he has like this Asian dude that lives with him. If I had someone like that that lived with me and just like shit, when I'm making breakfast, he's flicking pics of me. When I'm driving, he's flicking pics of me.
Yeah.
If I'm fucking brushing my teeth, wiping my ass when I use the bathroom, if I had someone that was taking pictures of me like that, oh shit, my IG would be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be cracking.
Yeah. But, you know.
You're right. I just feel like doing that type of shit. Yeah. You know, it's so funny now that I think about it. Like back then, we used to have videographers just like with us all day. Me and Duhan were talking about this when we filmed Tuesday because I asked him to come film my squat session. But normally I would have Duhan with me like the entire day, not doing shit, but like getting fly ass content. So like that photo dump looks dope. But I mean, he has a family now. We just don't do that. Like I couldn't imagine him just being over at my crib all day, every day. Like,
Yeah, man, those days are. I mean, you have to find for me. You have to find like a younger individual that like is committed to blowing up with you. You can't find someone who's already established and has like other clients and stuff like that. You kind of have to find someone who's. And for me, my situation is perfect where I feel like if I had that individual that could like just sacrifice and just be like my full time like photographer, videographer, whatever. Another thing that I feel like I need in order to like, not that I need it, but it would just make things easier for me. If I had someone who was like just as committed to blowing up my Instagram as I am, like honestly, even more committed to blowing up my Instagram than me. I feel like one thing that I've learned about being in the position that I am and just kind of being at the forefront of Anaka, like, overseeing the last 8 years, we succeed the most when we have individuals that are working for Anaka that want Anaka to succeed as much as or nearly as much as me and Sam do. And you can kind of tell when you get those employees that walk in, that come through and just like, give their all in every single thing. Granted, like, sometimes things don't last forever, but there's a huge difference between someone who's just there to get paid and someone who's actually passionate about like what they're doing. So if I have someone within that personal Instagram role that's like committed to like making my Instagram pop off, then my Instagram will pop off. I just can't do it by myself. I know that I don't have like the creative bandwidth to like constantly be thinking about angles and pictures and all that stuff. I just don't.
yeah,
You know?
that time. It's also just like I feel like the thing about Instagram now, which is a little bit weird, is that like we spent all this time building up a foundation and a base that before I feel like Instagram allowed you to tap into that base at all times. Now it's like you got to do like backflips and shit to access like the full range of your followers.
Yeah, it's
'Cause,
stupid.
like, yeah, like I get so many people DMing me like, bro, you should post more, bro. I'm like,
I post every day.
I post like every 2 to 3 days, like,
Yeah.
but my stuff isn't showing up on their feeds, even though that they're following me and they've been supporting for a long time. Like, it's just a weird platform now, and I think that a lot of people are getting turned off by it because you see like a lot of influencers like hiding their likes and like not like because it's kind of embarrassing if you post something like I just delete actually last night I deleted a post. It was more experimental, but I deleted a post. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, I think I got like 3K likes in like 7 hours, something like that. I was like, nah, fam, I'm not doing that. So I took it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, no, it is like that. It's bad. It's really bad. And it's crazy how like you said, there was a moment where like we had access to all of our followers where like anything that you posted would touch gold because like if you had a lot of followers, if you had a decent amount of followers, a lot at least 15% of your followers would interact with it.
Yeah.
So
And I think
now, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I just think that like I'm not even complaining about I'm just complaining about the fact that I know I spent like a decent amount of time building a base and I can't access the base that I built.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's a platform that we're privileged to use. So I mean, they get to make up the rules and regulations to it. So it is what it is. But
I think I'm not sure if that ever will correct itself because I think what I'm seeing is that these and this I could be wrong, but these app people or these app developers, like the owner of Instagram, the TikTok people, Mark, whatever, I feel like they probably profit more when random people that you don't follow, their content is able to reach you, whether it's through paid marketing or it's just through like algorithms. Like, they probably don't make as much money when like you're just constantly living in this bubble of seeing your own following.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of cash influx that comes in for them when we're seeing this shit that I see on my TL that like I don't know how it ended up on my TL, but then I start deep diving into that rabbit hole of like learning more about this thing. And then eventually it probably leads to like me buying or wanting to go do something because of the rabbit hole I went into. So I just think the days of like us, I think when Instagram first started, it was very, very clean cut and raw, where like if you followed 100,000, if 100,000 people followed you, there was a good chance that 50%, 60% of those people were going to see your post if they checked Instagram. Now
Yeah.
it's the following count is more so just for like, I don't know, like just flex. I don't know. I don't even know what it's for.
Yeah, like I was if I scroll through my feed right now, it's like maybe 50% of the people that I follow, but it's gonna be some other shit. Like I feel like your scroll feed is like your search feed or like your
Mhm.
for you feed, which is weird because you have a whole section for that. When I'm scrolling on IG, it's just like, bro, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who is this person? Who is this? Like, I don't follow this person. Why the fuck is it showing up here?
My homepage is definitely a for you page because there's days where like I'll be scrolling and I'm interested in everything that I'm seeing, but after about 4 or 5 posts, I'll realize that like, damn, I don't follow any of these people,
Yeah.
but I'm digesting this content. And then, 5, 6, 7 posts later, I finally see someone that I follow. But for
Mhm.
me, I only see the same 4 to 5 people a day on my feed, which is crazy. I
Yeah.
follow I follow a lot of people. I follow like 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So like I only see 4 to 5, 5 to 6 people on my feed daily. It's crazy. It doesn't really make sense at all. And I definitely think it's definitely hurting a lot of people's engagement and it's definitely discouraging them from continuing on the app. But I don't know, man. I feel like it's bittersweet. It's a double-edged sword where like, yeah, it sucks that like personal content doesn't get the reach that it once got. But on the flip side, one thing that I am seeing the I'm reaping the benefits of is that when you pay to play, so for Anaka, when we pay for ads, obviously there's a return on investment. So like I just think that these apps are becoming more of like a pay for play game. It's not really like an organic growth thing anymore at
Yeah, I
all.
was going to ask you too, like when it comes to the influencer side of things, when you're looking for new athletes or people to bring on with the brand, how do you how do you shift through that? Like it's like, oh, this person has like a legit following or like engagement, or maybe this person does have a following, but the engagement's all fucked up. Like, how do you make that call?
What from just kind of what I've learned for over the last 7 to 8 years is just like, when it comes to like followers, like sorry, Instagram influencers that we sign to Anaka or Instagram influencers that we're scoping, a lot of these followers that sorry, a lot of these influencers, they're hot and then they're not. You know, I think the influencers that you go to their page and they're just constantly getting like traction, traction, traction. They're just obviously in a hot season.
Yeah,
You and I know that eventually that hot season dies out.
yeah.
And I'm
So
not saying that hot season only lasts 2, 3 weeks. I've seen influencers that have lasted, their hot streak has lasted for like a year or 2 years.
yeah,
So, like, if you're a brand like me, you're lucky enough to catch on to these influencers when they're hot, ride the coattail for like 1 or 2 years, hoping that they continue this hot streak. And when I say hot streak, like, they're getting hella shares, hella likes, hella comments. A lot of influencers are able to turn at least 50 to 60% of that hot streak into like consistent engagement. That's just more of a sign to how great that influencer is. But a lot of these influencers will be hot for like 5 to 6 months, not really evolve, and then like everything kind of goes back to down when people get tired of digesting the same content. So for me, it's like you find the influencers that are hot, and if you've gotten really good at it, you find the influencers that are about to get hot,
yeah,
and you ride that out. You try to help them stay hot. You encourage them to stay hot, and then you hope that when that hot streak ends, they at least fall back on like a pillow of like 50 to 60% of what they were once were at. Because I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, that contributes to your sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bakari said Instagram has died down. It's like Tinder. Yeah,
It is. It
I've
really
been
is.
on the dating app, so I don't know.
Instagram is definitely. I can definitely see it being more used as a dating app. I mean, you see someone's profile, you
It's
find.
always been, bro. Remember when they used to have the activity feed?
Yeah, that was a dangerous.
Oh my god, that was a crazy fucking time. Remember, like you just like be up at like maybe like midnight, and then you go to the activity feed and you just see people getting in their bag. It's like it'll say so and so just like 15 of
That's embarrassing.
like 15 of this girl's pictures. I'll be like, damn, bro, I see you. Like, all right.
They had to delete that because that was getting people in trouble for sure.
That was nasty. And then like people, I remember like back in my younger years, like people would be like, damn, what are you doing here, Russ? I'll be like, bro. That shit was nasty work, bro. Nasty work.
I miss those days because I missed the chronological time, your TL, your timeline. You know,
Yeah.
like really see shit that people post, and then if I wanted to go back and check the feed again, it would show me the same thing again, and it would tell me you've already seen this.
Yes,
I mean, man,
bro, I can't tell you how many times like I'm scrolling on my feed and it's like posted 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4. I'm like, bro, I follow this person. Why am I not seeing this in chronological order? Like, why am I seeing shit from fucking 4 days ago?
That happens to me a lot. I think I don't know. I do like the randomness that I get on my feed though, because it's contributed to a lot of laughs. It's contributed to a lot of like, you know, going out and eating. You know, IG Reels has contributed to like a lot of different things, but I wish that there was like a separate tab for it. I wish my home feed was like the people that I actually follow. Then I wish like the magnifying glass was like, or like whatever the next thing is, was like a thing that was like just randomized, you know, based on my preferences and my likes. But I don't know. Maybe they fix it. You know, maybe they won't fix it. Like I said, they're making more money. They're making more money showing us shit that we don't even care about.
Yeah, my thing is like I wonder what's gonna be the next thing, because I feel like when it comes to TikTok too, people are telling me TikTok low key slowing down too. So I don't know. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. I wonder what the next app is gonna be, because I feel like I remember when Instagram became a thing, that shit was like monumental. And then same thing with TikTok, like that shit blew up super fast. So I'm just trying to figure out like where the next one's gonna come in, and it's like invest early like Bitcoin.
There has to be. I mean, just for me, man, I just feel like there is a study. I already know there is, but like the impact, you know, a couple of years from now, maybe 5-10 years from now, if there ever is a study on like what all of this has done to our brain, I'm so in tune with like figuring out what that is, because like
we're fucked.
Like even you, like I know it doesn't sound as crazy, but I mean, if you really think about it, like, you know, you just made a comment about like, I mean, because you put your hard work into that video, I'm sure, and like it didn't get the traction that you wanted.
Yeah,
but like not that that's a problem, but it's like, you know, there's clearly some sort of like addiction there. You know,
yeah,
there's definitely some sort of addiction in dopamine. There's definitely some sort of addiction in dopamine effect that you get from the gratification, instant gratification of people liking and, you know, supporting your content.
For sure. Like there's the dopamine effect, but there's also the business effect. So I'm like, I can't have this shit fucking up my numbers. Like, I know where I know where my current average is at, and if it's like way below, I'm like, nah, fam, we're not doing that. Because then I got to send this shit out to companies. Like, you know, it's like, hey, we're only gonna pay you X, Y, and Z because it looks like your shit kind of like down right now. It's like, see, man. But I do feel that dopamine, because I was gonna say I might just take a break from posting and just post like maybe 1 or 2 times a week, or just like once a week, and just leave it at that. Because right now my frequency is at, because sometimes if I don't post for a very long time, I start thinking like, ah, shit, like people are gonna forget about me, or like I'm gonna fall off, or like whatever. But I think it might be time to just like kind of go back to just or just go to posting like once a week, and just leave it at that. Like just a highlight of my week, and that's it. That's all y'all get. Instead of like always thinking like every single day, like what can I make into content today? Like that's not a way to live life.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea, man. I feel like it should always be something that I don't know, man. I feel like with the moment you stop having fun with it, you'll be done with it. And I don't think you. I don't. I feel like
Okay, Drake.
yeah. I feel like if you keep going at the rate that you're going right now, you're gonna get to that point. And
Yeah, I'm already not really having fun with it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah,
I have fun
exactly.
with it, but I have spurts, but like overall, I do get fucking annoyed if I put my thing is if I put a lot of work into something and then I feel like it doesn't get where I feel like it needs to be at, it's annoying
Yeah.
and it's frustrating.
Oh,
I'm assuming someone just pulled up. But anyways, I don't know if you can hear me, Shawley, but I was gonna jump into the playoff discussion. Last time we talked, the Warriors were gonna face off against the Wolves, and I mean, shit. Steph Curry was out, and there was a point in the game where Ant actually went out too. And there's a time like Draymond Green, and I was watching it. I was like, interesting thing. Draymond Green, oh yeah, that too. Draymond Green almost fouled out, or he almost got kicked out because he was yelling at a ref. Um, Charlie, what do you think about just how Draymond Green is almost always on the brink of getting ejected
you
with
know,
his antics?
I used to like think that he was a dumbass and he was an idiot, but when you really think about it, he has 4 rings.
Yeah,
By definitely, obviously, no doubt, no question, Hall of Famer.
mm-hmm.
I think that's just a part of his story, man. I think Dennis Rodman had his story. I think who else was? I think Draymond Green. This is just a part of his story. I think this is what he brings to a team. And honestly, I don't ever want to see him on another team because he should just retire if he has to get traded because it won't. If anything, if he got traded, the level of how bad he would look on another team would really ruin his career. It would ruin his legacy. So like, I don't. I like. Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes it seems as if it's very costly to the team. But at the end of the day, man, he's gotten them 4 championships, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, he's been a very, very key attribute to like the Golden State Warriors. This
Yeah.
clip right here,
Interview.
yeah, this is just kind of him just not realize. I think this clip scared me because it's one thing to be an asshole and like take pride in it. This clip scared me because it made me realize that he doesn't believe that he's an asshole. He thinks that he's doing the right thing, and he thinks that he's not doing anything crazy. I mean, yeah, hey, I mean, I get the whole. I mean, I get the whole like, oh, the media is trying to paint me as an angry black man, but like,
Oh my god,
I mean, nigga, you look like an angry black man.
bro.
As a black man watching you on the TV, you look like an angry black man 90% of the time, bro. Like, did you see that Jalen Green slap to the back of his head?
Bro, this guy's been wilding for his whole career, man. If we pull up his lowlights or his highlights, he just be swinging on niggas. Like he just be going crazy for no reason.
Yeah.
Like you know how he does the flailing stuff.
Like when he like goes like that and hits
Bro,
people.
I've never seen an NBA player do that physically.
Yeah.
Like when he elbowed old boy in the back of the head.
In his head he thinks it's an accident. In his head he thinks
bro,
it looks like an accident, but it's like he's like,
bro, no one does it. No one goes like that. Like, what the
bro? It's sad because he's 36, 30, whatever, 37,
Yeah.
35, 36, 37. Like, that's shit that like children do, Like,
Yeah.
when you're trying to actually hurt someone on accident, you do that. So the fact that he's doing that at this age and like he's on national television with millions of people watching, and he doesn't think that the Jalen Green slap was just like, that was ridiculous, man. Like,
Yeah.
he like smacked him upside the back of his head, and he thought it was an accident, but bro, you really tried to smack this guy in the back of the head.
Or the Rudy Gobert choke.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's just so many instances where it's like, dog, I don't think anyone's painting you out to be an angry black man. We're just watching how you act, and it's like, bro, are you okay?
I'm
Like
not. How long did he get suspended for that?
the choke.
Yeah, because like, bro,
I think like 5 games or 3 games.
that deserved.
I deserved. If David Stern was in the NBA or the commissioner, that would have been like a 20 to 30 gamer right there. I feel like, bro, choking.
The thing is, he didn't just choke him. He choked him and dragged him while he was choking him.
Yeah,
across the floor.
yeah.
So like, I don't know.
I'm with I agree with what you said too. I think that you need, like, I feel like every crew needs that crash out for the energy. Like, I feel like the Golden State Warriors for a long time,
they wouldn't have won the championships without him.
Hell no. But it's just like, you do have to take the good with the bad. It's like, hey, he's our guy, and like we're not gonna get punked with him on the court. But then also too, like, he might crash out. He might just fucking get text for no reason, and we don't understand it. But we need him to win, and we need that attitude to turn us up a little bit. But the whole angry black man thing, I'm like, bro, that's a very true sentiment, but I don't think that one applies to you, big dog, because to be honest, he should have been thrown out of that game yesterday.
Yeah,
bro, you can't walk up on a ref and be like cursing him the fuck out. Like, I think he actually has like a very long leash when it comes to the refs.
Yeah, he does actually, because he does a lot of shit.
Does a lot.
The audio clips that you can listen to after games and the shit that he talks to people, like, it's incredible how he doesn't get thrown out. It's incredible how he doesn't get knocked out. It's incredible how, like, maybe other players just have like really good like anger management, but like the shit that Draymond be saying to people, bro, like, it's crazy how he hasn't got knocked out.
Yeah, I said, remember in one of our chats like years ago, I said, damn, like, can Draymond fight? Cause like I remember I think when he did it to Steven Adams. Remember that playoff run where he was just out like every single series, some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, could Draymond fight? Because bro, if someone did that to me, I'm like, we gonna have to fight, like, win or lose. I don't know what's gonna happen, but like we gonna have to box it up. I don't give a fuck about the whole like, oh, like I need to stay healthy for my team shit. I need to stay on the court for my team shit. But I think Tristan Thompson, they reported that Tristan Thompson did check him that one time.
If I'm Jordan Poole, bro, like, even that clip, I just keep thinking about that clip, man. Like,
oh yeah, we're not even
he would have had to see me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have stopped plotting my revenge on Draymond until someone was able to get me on film knocking him out too. Because
I'm not gonna lie, I think I would have snuck him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Blindside.
You have to get that back.
Out of nowhere. Absolutely. Like,
you have to get that back.
There's no way, like, you know, every time the Wizards play the Warriors now, it's like, yeah, I beat that nigga's ass. Like, on camera. Like, I just couldn't let that slide. Like, if I'm Jordan Poole, like, even if it's mid-game in front of millions of people watching, like, shit, the Wizards.
You're running back and he has his back turned. You just
I mean, shit, he's gonna get paid. I mean, Jordan Poole's already has enough money. If I'm Jordan Poole, man, one of the Wizards games against the Warriors, man, you just gotta sneak him one time. The Wizards suck. Shit, I would do it towards the end when they're tanking.
Yeah.
Shit. After you have like a 19-43 record, like, just sneak him one time and just sit the rest of the season out. Because like there's just no way. That video was so violent, and Draymond punks the shit out of him in that video.
Yeah,
punks the crap out of him, man. And I don't stand for that, man. I just can't believe I would never let another man do that to me on a publicized platform. You know,
I fuck with the energy, and then the whole Gobert, like, he had the ball boy wear the Gobert jersey.
That was pretty cool.
That's pretty lit. I used to do like, when I had Corrupted, I used to have videos of the people that I was going up against. Like, I would have them playing on the TVs as I was training. So I understand. People are like, oh, this is crazy. I'm like, nah, I think a lot of people have like bulletin board material and like shit they get motivated off of when it comes to their opponents. So I think that was pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, it didn't really help.
It needs to be so crazier than him on the court.
They got ass beat.
I feel like I'm trying to think, him versus Isaiah Stewart would be interesting.
There it is. That's someone that he probably wouldn't fuck around with. He picks his fights. He definitely would not fuck around Isaiah Stewart. Absolutely not.
can't.
Yeah, that's a different beast. He's just intimidating. He's intimidating, and I feel like you can tell niggas like when niggas don't really fuck around at all. Like LeBron didn't step up to him at all.
Oh, Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah
Yeah,
Stewart.
yeah,
LeBron
yeah,
didn't really step up to him.
yeah. I mean, yeah. What do you think about them winning though? I mean, the the Wolves winning.
I had this talk
About
with
the series now because we talked about this, but what do you think about the series now?
I had this talk with someone yesterday, and if Steph doesn't come back at all, which they're saying that there's a possibility he doesn't, yeah, the series is over.
Yeah.
If he comes back and he's actually healthy and ready to move and play, then they have a possibility. But part of me believes that like the Warriors have kind of already given up.
I think Draymond was trying to get ejected yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's over. I think the inside crew knows that like he's out for 2 games. He's out for game 3 and game 4. So like, I think it's over. It sucks because I wanted a good series, but I think it's over. Yeah, I think game 3, Ant's gonna make a statement. He's gonna drop 30 to 40, and they're gonna really fucking dig them in the ground for sure.
He hasn't been playing very well.
He hasn't, but that's why I think he's due for a breakthrough game.
Yeah, his coach called him out low key and said like, all that talking is cool, but we gotta like actually play. He's like, you gotta be a leader. I think it was, when was this blowout? Was it yesterday or was it that Wednesday when we potted? But man, the Thunder smacked the shit out of the Nuggets.
Yeah, that was bad.
Game 2.
That was bad.
And you texted the chat. You said Thunder's winning it all.
Yeah.
Do you stand by that, or is that just a heat of the moment type situation?
Wholeheartedly, I stand behind that. I just think the Thunder.
I want it on wax. You got the Thunder winning
the whole championship.
Okay.
I tried to find a future on that the other day. If you don't know what a future is like a future bet on like who's going to win the championship. So right now, as it stands, the Oklahoma City Thunder are they're underdog. Well, they're at a plus 130 to win the championship. Out of everyone that's in this thing, they are the underdogs. I guess no, actually no, they're not. The Warriors are the underdogs. And then second up, you have the Nuggets. And then third up, you have the Pacers. Fourth, you have the Knicks. Fifth, you have the Timberwolves. Cavs, 6th. Celtics, 7th. And then you have the Thunder being the most favorited to win the NBA championship at 130. And I have no problem laying $1,000 on the Thunder. Shit, no, I'm not even joking because like I just think that there's so many mismatches when it comes to playing this team, man. Like you worry about their starting 5, and then their coach kind of ejects like a new. They're one of the few teams in the NBA today. It's so beautiful to watch, but when you're watching them, they'll exhaust you with their starting 5. And then they'll literally sub out the entire first 5, replenish with the second 5, and the second 5 will run you into the ground too. Mm-hmm. And it's filled with I can't say they're a bunch of no names, but it's like the second team or the second group. Obviously, Alex Caruso is in there, but a lot of the other players are new players that didn't really like become who they were until this year. And I don't know. I just feel like they've hit that chemistry where like. It kind of reminds me of the Warriors in 2017, where like they just play like an unstoppable style of basketball, a style of basketball that can't really be kept up with. They run the floor, they have scorers, they can shoot the 3, they play phenomenal defense, they have huge presences down low with Hardenstein and Chet. Like they just have so many weapons, bro. Like Alex Caruso off the bench is just like you can't really ask for more, man. They're young. They can run. I don't see any team really keeping up with them, man. I think it would probably do the NBA a service if they can get the Cavs and the Thunder to play against each other in the finals. I don't even think the way the Celtics have been losing to the Knicks, granted, it's the first 2 games, and I still think the Celtics win that series. I just think that if OKC plays this Celtics team, they're going to fucking wash them into oblivion.
Yeah, it's tough for me to see the Thunder. Like, cause I said I don't even know if they're gonna come out to the series, bro. I don't know.
You're out of your mind, bro. I don't know what. I don't know what you're smoking, man. But
it's like a weird thing where it's like when it seems too obvious, I just feel like it's not gonna happen. I just wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets like pull this out. Like they play tonight. I got the Nuggets tonight. I think like yesterday. I think the other day they got shocked. And I think it finally caught up with them because they just came off of a game 7.
You call 50 points shocking? Shock is like 20.
No, I'm saying like they won they won game 1. I didn't expect for them to win game 1, like the Nuggets, because they just came off of a game 7 series. So I'm thinking like, they're gonna be kind of like tired. They got one off on the Thunder. The Thunder responded. And I feel like it's going to kind of even out now. And it's all right, we got their punch. They got embarrassed so bad that I think they're just going to come out and just win this one.
I like that logic, but at the same time, I don't like it because I understand that logic, but I don't like it. And I don't think it's true because, bro, I think the Thunder, and I said this, I said the Thunder are going to come out flat because they've had so much time to rest.
Yeah, that's true.
When a team rests for damn near 2 weeks, like, it's going to be hard for you to kind of get into rhythm. I knew that this first game was going to be really close, which is why I sent out Nuggets plus 8.5 in the chat or whatever. I think I sent that out. I had a really good feeling the Nuggets were going to keep it close and cover. Yeah. I did know that once the Thunder got their feet warm, and honestly, if they lost, I knew that once they got their feet warm and potentially lost, it was going to be game over from that moment. I just don't think the old and battered Russell Westbrook, who, hats out to him, he's playing really good basketball right now. I just don't think that like Jokic by himself and Russell Westbrook and Christian Braun and Aaron Gordon, all hail Jokic, best player in the NBA by far. I just don't think. From what I've seen in the first 2 games, they're allowing them to like really like beat him up down low. If you smother Jokic and you take away whatever guards you think the Nuggets have, it's over, bro. And you saw that in the game too. Like, they just can't keep up with them. The Nuggets run a very slim 6 to 7 man rotation with their 6th player being Russell Westbrook, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if that's your best player off the bench, which isn't a bad scenario, but if that's the best player that actually can contribute something to your team off the bench, when you're playing an 8 to 10 man roster like the Thunder, which, bro, the Thunder are so good that like, if 3 players in their starting lineup went out injured, or if they just wanted to sit, there's players on their bench that could come in and give you the same effort and probably kill and wash your team. But like I said, I just think the series is over, bro. I think it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep. I think it's gonna be a 4-1 gentleman's sweep. I don't think the Nuggets win another game.
Yeah, I was gonna mention MPJ. His arm is fucked. Like, he hasn't shown up all playoffs. Like, at all. He hasn't contributed anything. But we'll see, man. It's gonna happen tonight. I'm gonna be locked in for sure. I have my pick. We'll see how that goes. Knicks being up on the Celtics 2-0.
That's been amazing to watch.
Crazy.
I think.
What do you think about Tatum now? Because people were talking about maybe Steve Kerr wasn't tripping, putting not playing him during the Olympics.
Okay, so what do I think about Tatum? I think Game 3 will be very, very telling. I'm gonna bite my tongue and not say anything. If I don't want to say anything because right now I want to say, obviously, I clearly want to say that okay, he's not showing up, whatever. But I think in Game 3, if we're seeing the same Jason Tatum, then I think he just didn't show up. When we needed him, or not we, but when the Celtics needed him, he didn't show up. I'm gonna hold my tongue until Game 3. I do think the Knicks are playing phenomenal basketball. I love this Knicks team, as I said in the last couple of episodes. I love this team. I think Mikal Bridges has shown why he's a phenomenal two-way player, defensively, most importantly, but offensively as well.
He had that
And
nasty shot at the beginning of the season, bro. It was sick.
yeah,
I had never seen some shit like that before. That double
Jalen,
clutch.
yeah. Jalen Brunson, Jalen Brunson's proven who he is. Matt, bro, this Knicks team they're fun to watch, man.
They
I
are.
don't
They,
know.
I like the way they. I like how they were teammate. It sucks that DiVincenzo or whatever had to get traded to the Wolves, but like I like the Villanova thing going on. Like they were college teammates all together, and you can tell with the chemistry. That's dope as fuck.
It would be dope for them to all team up at one point, sir, at some point. And I think that could happen in the future. I think the Wolves probably make a move to get rid of DiVincenzo pretty soon. But
Yo, Roberto, how did you spell his name? Tatum? What does that mean? Tatum hasn't been the same guy since they got bounced first round of Miami a few years ago. Maybe before that. Uh
I think it's after these players get paid, bro. After these players get paid, like I'm talking about paid, their game simmers down a little bit, man. I mean, shit, I feel like I can say that on wax, and if you go back and do history and look at that shit, I think that's normally what happens.
this is just the way they play, man. So I was gonna say about the Celtics, bro. Like, I just don't understand. Like in basketball, if you know something isn't hitting, why don't you just move to something that has a higher percentage? Like, why don't you just work the paint a little bit? Like, why don't you just drive a little bit? Because when I was watching some highlights from the game, whenever they decided to get into the paint, they were fine. And then they just started shooting threes. And I'm like, why are y'all shooting this many threes? And they weren't even making them. So I'm like, at what point do you stop, call a timeout, and be like, hey, let's run some plays. Let's get something close to the basket. Let's do something. I just don't understand when does that kick in? Like,
Yeah.
how do you just play the whole game like that? I never understood that. And they're down 0-2 shooting a fuck ton of threes and not making them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think
It kind of reminds me of the 2016 Rockets team.
yeah, where they literally just don't.
Live.
So, but the thing that fucks me up is that that Rockets team, they had nothing but three and drive. Like that's literally all they could do. Like remember Eric Gordon, James Harden, who was the Pat Bev, like all of them, all they could do is just shoot threes and drive.
Yeah.
Trevor Ariza, like all only like threes and drive. This team, like bro, Tatum has a bag. Jaylen Brown got a bag. Derek White, I mean, he could be a 3-and-D guy, but he could get in the paint and get some motion too.
But they're also phenomenal 3-point shooters. Like their roster is filled with above average, league average 3-point shooters. So I understand why they shoot the three. But I agree. I think that like it's a flawed aspect where like, they should definitely be attacking the lane more, especially with their size and length. But I don't know, man. I mean, if I'm Coach Mazuza, whatever his name is, like you definitely have to make an adjustment. But the thing is it hard to make an adjustment this far in because this whole season and last season they lived and died by the three. Honestly, this season more than last season.
This season way more. It feels like they just like completely
abandoned it, like going inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I don't know. I bet you game 3, I promise you they're gonna be working that paint and driving.
Yeah.
If they come out shooting like playing the same way, I'll be like, okay, you guys are like
over. Yeah. Because the thing with threes and shooting threes all game is that you can make them and you can go up 15, 20, but when you start missing them and you keep missing them, that's when a team like the Knicks will come back up because the Knicks have no fear in driving.
Yeah.
The Knicks have no fear in getting Cat to. I mean, they have Cat. Cat can shoot the three too, but they're gonna want to kill you down low.
Yeah, they've been
loves to attack.
Yeah, they've been working Cat down low in the paint like a lot. And remember, like we were on stream last time, and I'm like, bro, the Celtics are about to lose. I mean, remember at the start of the stream, you're like, oh, Celtics are controlling this game, they got a dub. And I was looking at it, I was like, it's way too early. Like the way they play, they just shoot. I'm like, they're up high right now. But like you said, if they start missing them hoes, then we start looking at the fourth quarter, and I'm like, I already know Brunson finna take over.
Who did the Celtics win against last year for the championship?
It was
Nuggets.
Nah. Fuck. I just had it in my head. It was a boring ass finals. Maybe someone else in the chat can tell us real quick. Celtics won over
Mavericks.
Yeah, there we go.
That was a boring ass series.
That was a bad series. to watch.
But that Mavericks team was cold. But Kyrie was injured, right? Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't think so. Just didn't play well. Yeah, it was Mavs. And then we have the Pacers up 2-0 against the Cavs. What the helly? Halliburton hooping again.
Man, that's still I don't want to say anything because I dropped the pick in the chat today. I do think that the Cavs win today off of anger and just steam.
You said the players, so like the first two games they've had like 2 to 3 key players out. So this game they're playing.
Yeah, so this game, DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland, who I thought was going to be out the whole series, he's back. DeAndre Hunter's back. Darius Garland's back, and Evan Mobley are back. I mean, that's like damn near that's their whole force. Those three players are playing. I don't think the Pacers have a chance. I think tonight might be an ass whooping from hell.
I wonder, like, are they healthy though?
That's the thing. Darius Garland definitely. I don't think he's going to be moving as quick as he normally is, but just his presence on the floor will be enough to will Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs to a blowout win. I think they win by like at least 12-13. But hear this. Based on what I see tonight and how the Pacers react to this fully stocked Cavs team, because you have to think about it, bro. The Cavs hung with them in the last two games with no star players, with barely any star players. So, like, with these three players being back, I mean, bro, tonight could really be an ass beating that, like, no one's expecting. And I feel bad for the people. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. I feel bad for the people that are laying tons of money on the Pacers because, they're at home, you have that nice little underdog plus money that you can get if you bet on them tonight. But I'm telling you, man, the Cavs are going to come out and whip their asses. Game 4 is all dependent on how the Pacers play tonight. That's just all I say. Yeah. What do you think,
man? It's tough because I haven't watched the Cavs or really the Pacers all year, but just like kind of like seeing highlights here and there. Yeah, I think the Cavs aren't like getting blown out. It's all close. You have Spider still going crazy. Like he dropped damn near 50 last game. And I feel like if he just had like a little bit more help, it would probably allow them to win game 3. But it's tough because they're down 0-2 and now they're going back to the Pacers crib. And whoever their role players are, they'll probably be playing a little bit better. But I think just off of pure just like anger and just the fact that you're down 0-2 and like you can't go down 0-3, I think they'll take game 3. I think the Cavs will take game 3.
Yeah.
And just the kind of the shock of having like your full roster available and like the Pacers are going to have to be the ones to adjust. Whereas the Cavs, this is how we've been playing all year. But yeah, that game 4, it's going to be really telling just seeing who's going to be able to, like, number one, like how healthy are those players? And then after the fact, like, are they going to be able to like run it back for a game 4?
Yeah. The lines, I mean, for me, obviously I'm on this sports betting shit. So for me, the lines are very telling. Vegas knew better than to, you would think that, okay, the Pacers have stolen 2 games in Cleveland and now they're back home. They're hot. They're on fire. Halliburton is like the man now. He's no longer overrated. You would think that in a setting like this, Vegas would flip it to where the Pacers are favored tonight, right?
Yeah.
But no, Vegas knew better than that because they know Cleveland's about to open up a can of whoop ass. They know Cleveland's about to whoop ass. And if they made the Cavs an underdog at home, if they made the Cavs an underdog on the road, which everyone probably wanted them to do or everyone expected them to do, the common bettor probably thinks the Pacers should be favored tonight. And the fact that they're getting the Pacers with plus money, they're probably going to lay even more money thinking that they're going to get a huge payout tonight. But Vegas typically always knows what's going to happen. And I think, the Cavs being favorited on the road just kind of makes me realize, it confirms my thoughts that, okay, the Pacers have gotten pretty lucky the last couple of games, but the Cavs they're gonna whip their ass tonight. But I will say this: I love this Pacers team. I love what they're doing. I don't know. I just don't think they have all the weapons to beat a fully healthy Cavs team. And I think tonight we're gonna see version 1 of this healthy Cavs team, and then game 4 we might see like the full-fledged like animal that can't be tamed, that destroys this team.
Roberto said, "Don't worry, I'm putting my money on the Cavs. They'll lose for sure." You from Indiana, bro? Or you just betting? So, okay. I mean, shit. We'll see. I low key, for some reason, I don't even want to pick the Cavs, bro. Anytime like everyone's talking about they finna beat their ass, I want to choose the other team. But moving on to like some stuff with the NFL, we didn't get to talk about this last stream, but George Pickens got traded over to the Cowboys. Uh, are you familiar with George Pickens?
Yeah, I am. I enjoyed watching him on the Steelers last year with Russell Wilson. He was injured for a good while when they needed him towards the end of the season, but when he did play, he seemed like a really good player. He seemed like he has a hot head.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna get at. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm interested to see how he's gonna deal with the like. I think he did need a new situation because the Steelers aren't like a pass heavy team, and George Pickens is cold. Like he is talented as fuck, and he's going to the Cowboys where they do pass a lot, and Dak is a solid quarterback, and you got CeeDee Lamb that's a proven one. So I just want to see how he deals with maybe CD getting a lot of the balls and see what his temperament is. But I think he kind of knows. It's like, bro, like I can't be doing that hothead shit here. Like I'm on my last rope.
Hopefully he knows that.
Yeah, at least because if it doesn't work out here, and he, like for whatever reason he doesn't get paid because of his attitude, his career might be done.
Oh, there's a potential that he doesn't get paid
if he doesn't perform well or not.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's going into his last year this year of his rookie contract. If not, like maybe like he has 2 more years left. But essentially, you want to have a big year, or at least show that you're a good teammate, or like you're a good commodity for the team. So yeah.
What's the perception on Dak, because like he's clearly still their quarterback, right?
Yeah, perception as in like, do people like fuck with him, or
like, I mean, how many times it's kind of like the whole Jalen Green situation, except where Dak is right now is where Jalen Green will be in a couple of years if the Rockets keep if the Rockets keep him. It's one of those things where like, you know, they continuously believe and believe and believe, and is Dak really the answer for the Cowboys?
Yeah, he is. I mean, like, I don't know where else. It's like the Tony Romo situation. He's good.
True.
He's just not like great.
And are you going to get better in this current NFL?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think we've seen the best versions of Dak, and at this point, it's just like, can he lock into that extra level? But I don't know, man. I don't know if like it's hard to. I feel like it's not really a Dak problem; it's an organization problem.
Yeah.
Like I think Dak is solid enough. I just think that you need to put pieces around him, like defensively, and then also like a couple pieces offensively. The best version of Dak was when he had Zeke running crazy.
Yeah.
And I think they need to get back to that, but they keep giving him weapons on the wide receiver side. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be the answer. But he could play. He could play. Like George Pickens could have a really good year this year. He could definitely go for 1,000.
It kind of going back to what you just said, like obviously the teams that perform the best and succeed the most are usually the teams that have a solid run threat.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the Lions were just an all-around offensive powerhouse, right? This last year.
The Lions could do anything. They could pass. They could run. They were really run heavy though. Really run
exactly.
Heavy.
So like, yeah, I agree. I think this wide receiver thing, I think it was good for the tabloids and it was good for like the Cowboys like media. But if they don't really continue to build on their run game, I don't think it clears anything up for Dak. I don't know. I feel like we've gone through multiple off seasons where we've, you know, looked forward to like Dak and the Cowboys, and every year it's kind of like, you know, he either gets injured or like most of the time it's because he gets injured, and you know it's just kind of like, okay, next year we got him. So I don't know. I'm happy to see George Pickens in a new uniform. You know, obviously he's there with CeeDee Lamb now, right?
Yeah.
And, I don't know. That move doesn't really do anything for me. I don't think
it does anything for anybody. I think it just
good for the tabloids.
Yeah, I think George is going to get his money eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Cowboys, like, they're in the news, but it's not because they're a great team. They're just in the news because it's the Cowboys. It's not necessarily like,
Yeah. And Jerry Jones.
yeah, like they're gonna probably be like, I'll give them 10 wins if everyone stays healthy.
Yeah.
That defense is just, I don't know. They're just a weird team. Like, they're more about like hype and shit versus like actually being good.
I don't think they'll get 10 wins because their defense is atrocious. So
Did you see the whole Bill Belichick girl got banned? Like, okay, so when I put it in the chat, she got banned, but then she got unbanned, and they said that those rumors are untrue, which is weird because like Bleacher Report reported it, and usually like like when ESPN or Bleacher Report breaks it and reports it, it's like facts, like it's like it's vetted. But they pulled it back, and the officials from UNC said she's actually not banned. But the angle that I was going to take with that is like, would you let your girl fuck up your workplace? Not even fuck up with your workplace, but like, at what point do you step back and say, "Hey, man, my girl is like creating a negative work environment for my employees and my team"? Like,
for me, the problem begins with why is Bill Belichick dating a 24-year-old? That's where it begins. And then the second thing is that, like, you know, with dating a 24-year-old, you have to be prepared for what comes with that. I don't know where that 24-year-old's head is at. I'm just gonna go out and say it. Like, I feel like she's attracted to his financial, like, state as opposed to like his looks and who he is. He may have a phenomenal personality when it comes to women, but she's definitely there for, like, I don't know where her background is, but I would assume that she's probably there for like the financial security, that off rip for me, 24-year-old being around a 24-year-old who doesn't even have like a fully developed brain, being around a bunch of young, horny college guys. I definitely think that could definitely disrupt the locker room. And honestly, it could lead to a lot of things that he's not ready for and she's not ready for and the players aren't ready for. So
Roberto said, "Send her home."
yeah.
Why is she here?
Why is she even there? That's a distraction, bro. That's
Yeah, what I'm curious about is like, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, why is she? Is she just a girlfriend? Why is she so like? Why is she like directly in the facility all the time? Like,
at least a 40-year-old MILF or something like that, bro. Like 24. Even the whole Shannon Sharp situation, like, come on, like, there is a lot of beautiful, like, 40-year-old women that like need love too, and they're single.
but see, this is where it gets interesting. And I'm with you, dog. I'm not advocating for the other side, but I feel like when men get a lot of money, they go younger because the girls are only interested in their money, but they'll allow the dude to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, maybe it's like a control thing where it's like, but it seems as though that she's the one controlling Bill Belichick from like all the reports that we're seeing. It's like, it's kind of weird. But I think a lot of men, they end up going,
Common.
huh?
That's common. Most men that have money and date beautiful ass women, like models, they like to be controlled and told what to do. Like, that's like their thing.
Or yeah, and like the girls will put up with it because like this guy has a fuck ton of money, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And the dude is just like, see, if I go for a 40-year-old woman, it's gonna be harder for me to control her or get her to do what I want her to do. That's what I think it ends up being, because you go for a 40-year-old, like you said, MILF, your words.
Yeah.
If you go for a 40-year-old MILF that has like a career, like, she's not gonna just jump and do anything that you tell her to do. I'm not sitting here saying that like we into that type of shit. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like whenever dudes or older men go for younger women, that's what they're really going for. It's just nuts that she's 24 and he's like 73. Like, that's,
I don't think anything good comes out of that. I'm not gonna lie to you, because what's gonna happen when he's 90 and she's 40?
Jeez.
Like, what are we really doing here, man? Like,
Yeah.
what are we really doing here? Like, what are we doing? But hey, I can't judge nobody. I live my own life. He lives his own life. I just think that like nothing good will come out of dating someone who's 50 years younger than you.
50. And you did bring up a good point too. It's like, she's on campus with a bunch of dudes that are her age.
Yep.
A lot more, physically
I
imposed.
would imagine that she wants like dick, and she's sexually active, and she wants that. Like, her, bro. I mean, you see these stories happen all the time, man. She's gonna get Bill to fall in love. Bill's gonna probably sign over, if this happens. Bill's gonna sign something over to her that sets her up for life, and she's gonna walk away a
That
multi.
would be, yeah, that'd be crazy.
But I mean, that's what's gonna happen. She's gonna walk away a multimillionaire.
She already is. She's worth $8 million in real estate, or she has $8 million in real estate
Oh, so she came into this with money.
from her previous relationship, from what I've seen. Like she
Oh,
she's dated like a billionaire, I think.
okay.
There's some dude that came out and defended her and said, "Hey, nah, she a cool girl." Like
Hey,
it was a rich dude. I don't know if it was a billionaire, but it was like a rich dude. So I don't shit.
I can't knock women for that, man. I mean, shit, they're using their body and their, I guess, who they are to their advantage, and they're just playing these dudes and getting money. But I guess you can't really, I can't really knock women for that, because I guess that's just a way of making it in this world. Just like the only fangirls. It's like, I don't approve, I don't support, but like, if that's how you make your money and that's how you set yourself up, it's a tough world out here, man. I'd rather be in a home, being able to pay my bills and live my life, than to be struggling on the street. I don't agree with breaking morals and doing all that stuff, but like I said, I can't judge.
There's like that video of the woman saying, I think I sent it to you. I don't know if I sent it to you, but she was saying there's four ways to get rich in life. Either you inherit it, you work really fucking hard, you steal it, or you suck dick like you lost your car keys in it.
Okay. Next topic. Please, Vic. Next topic. Whew. That was. That was.
Yeah, I'll send the video for context, man, because you're making me look insane, bro.
That was just like,
I didn't say
you
that.
said like you said a bunch of normal things. I was like, damn, this is, like they cue that Vic, next time cue the inspirational music, like the shit that they play on
No,
content.
bro. So that's how. Hold on. That's how the video was. How the video was. Because
Yeah.
I remember I woke up this morning. I was watching. I'm like, damn, like this is motivating. And then it got to the end. I said, oh shit. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find it later and send it to you.
Wow.
Did you see? This is funny as fuck. Did you see Lamar Jackson? And oh shit, we even. All right, yeah, Vic. Yeah, Vic. Going back to the NBA, LeBron was on his podcast. And he basically said that he don't give a fuck about what people talking about when they say Luka and Bron lost in the first round, because it takes a team to win the championship. What are your thoughts on that?
I read this multiple times and I kind of just sat on it and paused. I sat with it and
Sat on it's crazy, bro.
I was just kind of like, there's so many ways you can look at this. For me, one thing I don't want from LeBron as a true LeBron stan, a LeBron sexual, I don't want him to like keep playing. Kobe used to always say this thing, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. He used to always say this thing where like, if I'm injured, whatever, regardless of me being injured, being sick, if I suit up to play on that court, I'm fair game. So like, I can't make excuses. I can't say this, I can't say that. If I suit up and I'm not on the injury report or injury list, I can't, there's no excuses I can make for myself, or you can make for yourself,
Yeah.
You can make for me. So one thing I don't want from LeBron is that he starts to use his age and his his tenured in the league, how long he's been in the league. I don't want him to start using that as like an advantage or some sort of scapegoat to like defend himself and work his way around taking the blame for certain things. In my head, if you're LeBron, yes, it's impressive that you're playing at 40. Yes, there's going to be certain instances where like, okay, for instance, this last series, he can't play defense like he once did. He can't be he can't move around with the youngins like he once did. So yes, there was a disadvantage there. But if you're gonna play and suit up and start and be the star of the Los Angeles Lakers, I don't think that shifting blame is something that you should do. I think if LeBron is still planning to come back and play next year, you still have to be able to take the blame of like, okay, I wasn't able to will my team to a victory with Luka and the 8 other players.
Yeah.
It's still on me. It's still on all of us. It's not just on me and Luka. It's not just as on Luka. It's not just as on me on the 8 players. It's on all of us. So like in a position like this, if you're playing team basketball, I think you answer the question and say, people can be mad, people can be upset. We weren't able to get it done. We hope to get it back. We hope to get back into the year for next year. I think this whole like this particular question and answer kind of just made me feel like this particular question made me feel like we might be gearing towards a LeBron that makes excuses based on his age, and I don't want that. That's going to be a very annoying ass 1 to 2 final years of his career. I don't want that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I think retire, please, if you're gonna do that.
Yeah. Peace out, D Jams. Thank you for tuning in. I feel like for me, like when I read those things, I mean, like I fuck with Braun, I really do. But I feel like over the course of his career, when he loses, there's either he's injured or he was dealing, like all of a sudden we find out he was injured and he was dealing with something, or like he'll say something and it's just like, man, I just don't agree with that type of mentality when it comes to, being the leader of the team. And I actually don't hold him accountable. Like at this point of his career, like I actually give him that excuse. I'm like, I actually don't think he's that great anymore. Like I stopped saying that because I can see all the holes in his game that never existed before. Like, sure, he's still averaging 24, but when you're watching it, it's not the same, bro. Like it's literally not impactful whatsoever. Right? Like I don't think like in the regular season it's gonna look good because motherfuckers are not trying. Like when you watch the regular season games, like bro, these guys are not D'ing up, they're not playing hard. But when you get to the playoffs, like you can tell this guy still like this guy can't defend anymore. He can't like drive as well as he used to, and of like no shit, he's fucking 40. So I don't trip as much whenever he doesn't perform as well. I'm like, hey man, he's still 40 and playing solid. It's just like if you're gonna play, man, just kind of like just play. You don't have to say, because I look at it like this, right? The quote that he had was attached to another quote from like Kobe talking about why they lost to the '04 Pistons, and he was saying that he didn't do a good enough job getting his men prepared for the situation. He didn't do a good enough job getting so and so prepared. And it's like that's what you want to hear from a leader versus like
40-year-old leader, bro.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I didn't lose shit. We lost like shit. It was almost like shit. I ain't lose like shit. Y'all saw what happened. Like them bums couldn't keep. That's what it kind of gives off. And I don't know. I'm with him though. Like he's old. Like I don't really hold him to that same standard as we used to. But at the same time too, I think that's always been kind of something for me that I just haven't liked about LeBron as much. Even though I do fuck with LeBron heavy, and I do think he's one of the greatest players of all time. I just don't like the
blame shifting.
Blame shifting, the excuses, like all the weird shit. I'll never forget, like, he came to that press conference with his hand bandaged up and shit. I was like, man, come on, man, what is this, bro? Like he made it a point to show up with the cast and like sit there. I'm like, well, you wasn't even wearing that in the game. Why are you just wearing that now? Like, I don't know.
I hope that JJ and the Lakers really reevaluate like Bron's status, like what he's able to do, what he's not able to do. Go out into the market, draft whatever they can draft. I don't even think they have good draft picks. I don't even know if they have draft picks this year.
Or like, what did you think about whenever he came out and said, "Yo, I'm not going to the Met, my knee, like, because my knee injury that I suffered in the playoffs." What do you think about that?
That was just super dramatic. That was super dramatic, and he was probably just feeling the guilt of not making the NBA, not making the playoffs. I don't know. I don't want to. I just hope that he gets some rest. I hope that he's able to unwind and have a good summer. And I hope he comes out next year with like a better attitude around everything. And honestly, most importantly, bro, before the next season starts, I need to see the Lakers make some sort of moves in the summer. And moves in a sense of like they gotta get a better supporting cast around LeBron because like he's too old to be playing 40 minutes a game at 40, bro.
I'm not
If
gonna
if
lie.
if that happens, then bro, I just being a smart basketball viewer with some sort of basketball IQ, I already know where this is. Like, I mean, and the thing is, the only thing that would help the Lakers is if Luka like loses like 15 more pounds. But I
This is
don't
what I feel like is gonna happen. I feel like they just not in a position to make any moves.
know. Financially, no.
They just kind of like that. Luke, I just feel like they're just not really in a position to make any moves, and I just feel like they're gonna return with the same roster. Luca might look good for the first couple of games, like in regards to his weight and all that kind of shit. But I feel like after that, it's gonna be pretty cooked, and like they're gonna get the now the Mavs. We've talked about this before, but I feel like the Mavs gonna look like they won that trade
Yeah, no, they
next
are.
for
They
sure.
are. They are. They are for sure.
Get into KD. This morning was really fun. KD was going crazy on Twitter. I think two of the quotes that stuck out were obviously the one that's on the screen right now. He was responding to a lot of fans, and he said, "Hey, man, I just wanted to get money, buckets, and girls." What do you think about KD's rants on Twitter and just like what his legacy is shaping out to be now that he's in the twilight of his career?
I don't care. I think if I'm him, if I'm him at his state of his career, one, I have to accept that I'm never getting a ring again, and two, yeah, shit, money, buckets, and girls. Like that's all I would care about. If I were him in his shoes at this very moment in my life, I would probably be enjoying my money, enjoying playing basketball. Me personally, after him being in the league for 13 years or something like that, I would probably be trying to settle down and find a woman to like make my like wife.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe he's not at that. He's not ready for that. Whatever, that's him. But I don't. I mean, shit. That's his life. I mean, he's never gonna win a ring again, bro. It's over. Like that shit's out the window. But I mean,
He said, I was reading some of his posts and tweets, and people were like, "Don't you think this is going to negatively affect your legacy?" And he's like, "I don't give a fuck about that shit." Like, he's like, "We're all going to die and forget about this era, anyways."
and no, it's not gonna affect his legacy, and no one's gonna give a fuck about this shit.
Yeah, no one cares. And he said, "Oh, so the funniest thing, I think the biggest quote was someone said, man, fuck KD for destroying this Cavs team or whatever." And he said, "I rejoice every morning that it didn't happen," because he's like KD going to the Warriors destroy the Cavs legacy, and he said, "I rejoice every morning that it didn't happen."
That was a good. That was a good era of basketball, man. That was when
Era of basketball.
was like
That's when we were linking for the playoff game. Remember, we were linking for the finals and shit, watching, and like it would get heated, bro.
NBA is gonna be scary when LeBron retires, bro. I don't know. I think it's in good hands, but like, there's definitely gonna be some sort of shift.
I think we just need to spend time getting more familiar with the new
Yes.
generation.
Yes, you have to. I mean, because I think us complaining about it is us not wanting to accept it. But in
Yeah.
reality, look at the playoffs that we're watching right now. It's
They're
still
hooping.
phenomenal.
They're
It's
still hooping.
phenomenal. It's
Like
probably
all the old heads at this point are basically like out. KD didn't even make the playoffs.
yeah.
Braun got kicked out first round. Steph is injured.
Yep.
That's like the last old heads that we really got. Everyone else is pretty new, bro.
James Harden out. Kawhi out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we got a new generation of players coming in, so like maybe we could just focus more on them. But yeah, with KD's rant shit, y'all have to realize, bro, like this dude is up. This dude is making like 50 million a year.
Yeah, he's up like 400 million probably.
Yeah, it's really hard to give a fuck what people are talking about on you.
It becomes comical.
Yeah, like I feel like he just woke up and just was just like, let me just fuck with people. Like, let me just like respond. I don't give a fuck. Mind you, he's probably sitting in a mansion somewhere, like wherever he's at. Maybe he's like in Arizona or he's back home in the DC, Virginia area doing something. I don't know. But it's like I just feel like when you got that much money, you really don't give a fuck. And you're actually nice. Like he can still hoop. So who cares?
It would be different if he was like a Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons committed highway robbery.
Yeah. I feel like that kind of stuff actually gets to Ben Simmons.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely think that. I mean, yeah, I think with everything he's dealt with his career, I pray that he's in good hands.
Did you see Lamar Jackson on Could Have Been Records.
Yeah,
That shit was funny, man.
yeah, it was. I didn't watch this series. I didn't watch this audition though, but I saw the clips, and the clips were pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't really been keeping up with Juicy lately, honestly. I usually do, but not recently.
I've unfollowed all like celebrities. I don't follow like any celebrities.
Why?
I don't know why. I just said like I actually don't care about them. Like I don't know. Like I was looking at it because I remember I went through a binge on my following list, and I was like, why do I follow Kevin Hart? I know what he's gonna be like. He works and he makes movies. I'll just tune into the movies when he makes them. I actually don't care about his day to day as much. Same thing with The Rock. Same thing with like. I think I still probably follow Drewski because he's just funny as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, like I just kind of stopped following celebrities. I think the only people I follow for real, maybe Braun. Who else? It's like it's gonna be athletes. Stephon Diggs. I follow Stephon. That's about it.
I have followed a lot of athletes and celebrities, I guess you can say. I only follow the ones that I like truly fuck with. Um, I don't know. I think I just started to look at these people, thankfully, as like normal people just like us.
Bro, I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and I was like, the mystique, because I was listening to the 106 and Park reunion interview on the Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
and celebrities and athletes don't have that same mystique that they used to have.
No, I mean,
Like,
because it's all attainable now.
yeah, we get to see their lot. Like, I feel like if Braun didn't do any type of social media or like any podcast or anything like that, bro, when he speaks, you would be like, oh shit, that's Braun.
Yeah.
Or like when we go watch him in playoff games or see him like go play, we'd be like, bro, fuck, that's fucking LeBron James. Now it's kind of like, oh shit, that's Braun. Like I
Yeah.
see him all the time on my phone. I listen to his interviews, all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't seem as crazy when you see them out and about.
Yeah.
But I just feel like back then there used to be that crazy mystique of like I've never actually seen like, oh shit, like this is a real human being, this is a real person.
Yeah.
That shit's gone now.
It's no longer like that anymore. Obviously, the Kardashians still have heavy pull, but um, for me, there's just no wow factor when it comes to these people anymore. I think I'm still entertained by a lot of their talents if they have talents, but as far as keeping up with their lives and shit like that, there was a moment when I was younger, maybe middle school, high school, where I cared about that stuff, but now I don't. I tune into sports, and if I like a player, maybe I'll tap into their personal life for a little bit just to see where they came from or how they live life. But after that, man, I care about you on the court, man. I care about you on the field, and I care about you if I'm betting on you. Other than that, man, I really don't.
Maybe
Yeah,
we also
yeah.
get old too.
Huh?
Maybe we also just getting old too, bro.
Roberto just said something great. We've gotten so used to having this strange level of access to these people. We do, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
you
say.
can run into these people in LA or New York or wherever. You can run into them at the airport. You can run into these people. And honestly, you learn so much by just following them on social media that like you kind of get desensitized to like these players, you know. Back in the day, my favorite player was Steve Francis. And anytime I would see him out in the city or even see him at the game, I was like, whoa, this is crazy, If he had social media back then and he was posting all the time and showcasing his life, I probably wouldn't care as much if I saw him. Nowadays, when I see LeBron at a game, it doesn't really do much for me because, like, I see this nigga every day on social media and on the TV and in the tabloids. I see him everywhere. So it's like, oh, that's LeBron. That's cool, It's different. We have this strange level of access to these high profile people. He hit it on the head, Roberto.
Yeah, and it's weird too because it's like with social media, it makes the world so much smaller. Like we're running into people that like they're in these athlete circles, like they work with these athletes. Like you'll fuck around and be working with a videographer, and you look at their portfolio, and it's like, oh shit, you used to shoot for Shaq, or you shoot for this person. It's like it just kind of makes everything like seem like smaller. Whereas before, to know someone that's in that ecosystem would feel like I feel like you wouldn't come across that.
Yeah.
And then knowing like homegirls that get hit on by athletes and shit, I'm like, bro, you live right here. It's just weird. It's like everything is like so much smaller.
I think that's the thing that kind of did it for me when I realized that like these are the same men that are like in the DMs of the women that at one time we all like fooled around with. So
I remember shit.
So for me, it's like, damn, these niggas ain't no better than me. We're all the same type
How
of
did
niggas.
you how did you feel when I don't know if you had this happen, but I was dating a girl and I saw like well-known athletes in her DMs. How did you because I could talk about how I remember when I first started seeing it, I was like, man, fuck that nigga, bro. Like I'm some of them I was a fan of. I was like, nah, I don't fuck with Buddy no more. Like I don't fuck with that dude no more. Like I don't like that person no more. So like how did you feel whenever you first started seeing that kind of stuff?
For me, when I was in that era of my life, I was probably 27, 28, and I'm 30. Well, I'm 32 now. So yeah, for me, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So back then, I was arrogant, I was immature, I was making a fuck ton of money, and that was the first time I had made a fuck ton of money. And for me, like, if I saw stuff like that, my immediate reaction was to like check myself and my status, and I think I found a lot of comfort in knowing that like some of these people that were in their DMs, I was making as much money as them. So like,
Yeah.
that was just kind of like a thing for me back then. As sick as that sounds, but
Nah, it's like a ego stroke.
yeah, it's an ego stroke. It's like, okay, cool. That nigga can buy you Chanel. I can buy you 2 Chanel. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like he can't. It's like he's not gonna just pull you because he's richer than me.
yeah, no, hell no. It was never like that. It was never a situation. I'm not trying to sound cocky, but
Yeah.
it was never that. It was never that for me. I never struggled with that. And I hate that that's how I thought back then, because I was a young, immature, young black kid. But
Roberto, who's the girl that who's the girl that Jack Harlow slid on that she was talking to? Go ahead and to Uncle Russ.
he's trying to experiment. He's trying to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm literally trying to see what he's talking about. I want to see what type of I want to see what type of girls Jack be trying to slide on, brother.
That was crazy. Yeah.
No, I'm not trying.
No. I'm saying like what I said was crazy, but
oh, what'd you say?
nothing. But anyways, yeah, that's how I thought back then. But now, I mean, now it doesn't happen. But two, I don't really care. I feel like the women that athletes, celebrities go after, the ones that are still playing, those are women that I would typically entertain back when I was 27, 28.
Yeah.
It's very less likely that a woman that I'm with today is getting blown up by an athlete.
It's so funny, man. The athletes are getting they're talking to the ones that just you wouldn't even know. Like she's just a regular girl. She just happens to be really, really pretty, and he found her Instagram.
Those are the ones that get wifed up, yes.
Not wifed up, nah. Just it's.
I mean,
I don't think wifed up. Like I run into a couple girls where it's just like, yeah, so and so was in my DMs. Like so and so like threw a shot at me. I'm like, there's a couple athletes, and I'm not gonna say them on the thing, but like they're notorious for like.
Well, no, I'm saying like, but when you categorize that girl, there's something about that girl that a lot of these athletes like. I'm saying that like there's a specific type, huh?
Yeah, she looks good. Like they look good.
Exactly. There's a specific type of women. There's specific.
Oh no. I'm saying nowadays, how sometimes you just be deaf scrolling and like a random girl pops up on your shit and she's not even popular. She's not popping. She looks like she's a normal girl, but she's like pretty. It's not like she's like done up or whatever. And to be like so and so liked. I'm like, why is this dude here? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
To Jess is women also plot too. A lot of women will play that innocent, like I'm low key role, but be posting.
Is Jess a girl or is?
I think that's a man.
Jess, what's your name, dog? Are you a man? I can't tell by the. It's not as clear because we have different screens popped up, bro. Women also plot more. Yeah, they definitely plot more now too. Everything is public. Like girls could definitely just Google what a dude makes, like an athlete makes, and like they're gonna.
I've known girls that like would go to a basketball game for an athlete that they hope to like
notice them,
and leading up to the game, they're blowing up their Instagram, liking their photos, DMing them, spam DMing them, liking their stories, swiping up on their stories. And like that's the whole plot for that weekend is like to get ready so he can notice me, and hopefully after the game, you know, he takes me out. I've known
not take her out.
Yeah.
Put that baby gravy in her.
Yeah. So it's very common.
Oh shit, Jesse. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Jess. I've seen a lot of girls like have that username, man. You should change that.
Yeah.
Just Jess. But
just Jess is a very woman. It's like a very
salute, man. I'm not even trying to roast you. It's just I thought she was a girl. I was about to say, I think we have the first woman in the stream right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see, is that everything we had on the docket, or is there like one more topic? We had Lamar Jackson's acting debut, but I mean, it's whatever. Also saw Stephen A. Smith on Law and Order. He actually did a really good job. I forgot to send that clip in. But you have to close this out, you have an event tomorrow, right? For Anaka and C4?
Yeah, we have an event at Alphaland. It's the first event we've done in a pretty long time. You know, we used to be on fire with the run clubs. I mean, just so it's out there right now, the run club stopped because honestly, business kind of got a lot more serious and a lot more busy. A lot more things had to happen within the business. And honestly, man, those events were costing us like, and you know, it doesn't really seem like a lot, and it really isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it is a lot when you are a company who counts every single dollar in nickel, every single dollar, nickel and dime. What?
You just said that, bro.
Dickel?
Yeah,
no bad. I'm tripping, but
nah, man, we can't.
No, we were putting out like shit, $20,000 a month into run clubs that like, yeah, it built like a strong community, but the ROI wasn't necessarily there.
I was gonna ask about. I mean, we talked about it whenever it was going on because I was like, "Yo, what's the purpose of the run clubs?" Like,
it built a strong community, and I'm not gonna lie, it was fun, and you know, it was cool to get that community effect back up. But we were burning through shit at that point, almost 140 to 200 grand a year on just run clubs, and I don't regret any of them because I think they were all fun and amazing, but we needed to definitely take a step back and do something or come up with something that didn't cost us as much, but still allowed us to like bring about a community effect like that.
Also, what is the cost of doing like a run club in particular?
The cost in particular for a run club, I mean, for us, we would do the shirts, right? So like the shirts would run you like damn near 10 grand.
Yeah.
And then the gifts was like another $5,000. And then, you know, sometimes if you have to pay for venue or pay for sponsors or pay for people to fly out. So I said like 10 to 20 grand. 10 grand was like a low, we really tried to like cut budget. 20 grand was like, we're showing out, you know? So, you know, it was good, man. I think I think we had potential to really take it even further than where it was. Like we were killing it, you know, we were going to New York, going to all these different places. I just think that from a business, yeah, we were killing it, bro.
I completely forgot that era.
Bro, we had like 200 people in New York, bro, on a random Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was fun, but I think there's a way we do it. We do something like that again, but we don't spend as much money. You know?
For sure.
That shit adds up, man. And the thing is, to me and Sam, it's kind of like one of those things where like we loved it and we know that it's great, but when you're working with a CPA and someone who's like really dissecting every single dollar you spend,
it's like, yo, what it's like they circle it on this. It's like this right here. What is What is the benefits of having this? And is this absolutely needed?
Yeah. They quickly make you realize that this is stupid. Like, where's the ROI on this? Obviously, a CPA is going to want to see the return on investment on what you're doing. So, like, if they're seeing that we're spending 20 grand a month on something that's really not bringing us anything back, they're going to quickly tell you that this is stupid. Yeah. So, it's all good though. We'll, like I said, I have a new idea.
What?
I'm not going to reveal it because I don't want it to be stolen. I'll tell you off camera, but it's a lot more chill. We're still going to get we're still going to get hundreds of people to come out eventually, but it's something that's chill. It doesn't require physical activity, and it benefits the brand, and it benefits building a community, and it benefits the venue that we're partnering up with. That's something that we want to do in the summer, moving into the fall. So this first event tomorrow is going to be like a little warm up.
Got you. Yeah. I feel like are people partying, like going out? I'm sure they are.
I'm 33, bro. 32.
I'm just you're not sliding to the club?
I haven't stepped in a club in years.
I feel like you're gonna be lifting and shit when you're there at the event, or you're just gonna be kicking it.
No idea what's going on. Honestly, I'll probably work out in the morning.
All right, like my bad. What is it though? Like, is it just like, because I think like I saw a flyer that said like they're releasing their new pre-workout flavor.
Oh yeah, they're dropping a new pre-workout that's supposedly like super intense. I don't take pre-workout, so I'm not gonna try it. But apparently, it's like super intense, high caffeine, high stimulant, like some sort of like explosive, hit harder formula. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited for them. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see how many people show out. You know,
I feel like it's gonna be flooded, bro.
Because you have all these brands. They did it the right way. They got all these brands to promote their little sub communities to come out to one event that's under their community. So like, you know, if we bring out 200, 300 people, the other brand it's Alphaland in general brings out 200 people. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, why are they having it so late is it supposed to be like a dance party or something?
It's supposed to be, they're trying to make it like a block. You should pull up. We're gonna be snorting pre-workout.
Hey Vic, we can hear you, bro.
You got that new C4?
I don't know. I'm like, why is it so late? I would have slid if it was like in the after, like if it was like a normal time. I just don't know what they're trying to do. Like I'm not going to the gym at like 6. It's just not happening. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a rave type of environment, or what? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, going to the gym at 6 p.m. just sounds crazy,
bro. On a Saturday, there's playoff games, bro. I'm not doing that.
It sounds crazy.
I'm not trying to shit on it, but it's just like, I would have actually went just to like, you know, kick it with y'all, like kick it with you, maybe Christian, run into some people, but like, nah, I'm not leaving the crib at 6, bro.
6 p.m. on a Saturday is wild.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, are they trying? That's why I was asking you, all going out after? Like, is that the pregame? Like, what's up? Like, I'm
not going out. I'm showing up and I'm dipping, but I'm showing out, doing my thing, and then dipping. But hey, I don't know. I mean, for me, I try to not think about things from my perspective, because like, I'm an old head for real. Like,
true.
I don't like to stay out past a certain time.
It's gonna be cracking. Yeah. There's gonna be a fuck ton of people there. So
yeah.
But y'all, that's episode number 3. Next week we have a lot of cool shit rolling in. Run Club participation should have been invested back into a knockup by way of the new design merch and training tables. I mean, that's, I don't know, yeah. I don't know what Run Club participants should have invested back into a knockout. Oh, by the way of new design merch and training tables.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no one wants to spend money.
I don't think like when people go to run clubs, they expect like free shit.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the notion that's been built with run clubs. I think it was cool putting smiles on people's faces and giving stuff away. Like, I love that aspect of a knockout. I love that we're always.
That seemed cool. I just don't like. I was like, man, that's dope. I just don't run. Like,
yeah. No, it's cool. I just think there's a new way and there's a better way of doing things where you don't have to break the bank, but at the same time, you're still building that community feel that people will love and adore about Anaka. So we'll be back with something cool to end for the second half of the year. Q3, Q4 should be really fun. And this event tomorrow will be like a little appetizer.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. I'll just tap into. I'll tap in. Not tap into. I'll tap in with you.
Yeah, that was wild.
Hey, that was episode 3. Yeah, just end it, bro. Just Nickel was nuts, man.